Welcome to the KEP Knowledge English Podcast. I'm your host, James Rivers, and I'm thrilled to have you join us on this journey of learning and discovery.
And I'm Sophia Wells. Whether you're looking to improve your English skills or dive into insightful discussions on a range of topics, you're in the right place.
Here on KEP, we explore everything from language learning tips to thought provoking conversations that will challenge your perspective and expand your knowledge.
Each episode will bring you fresh insights, practical advice, and a little bit of fun along the way. So grab your headphones and let's get started.
This is KEP Knowledge English Podcast. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, welcome back to the KEP Knowledge English Podcast. I'm super excited about today's episode because we're diving into a topic that's going to completely change how you approach learning. Whether you're a student, a professional, or just someone looking to pick up new skills, what we're talking about today will help you level up in no time.
Oh, absolutely. Whether you're trying to master a new language, boost your career skills, or maybe even pick up a fun new hobby like photography or cooking, today's episode is for you. We've got some tips that will make sure you not only stay motivated, but actually get results.
Exactly. And let's be real. Learning something new can sometimes feel overwhelming, right? It's easy to get stuck, feel frustrated, or even give up. But what if there was a way to make the process smoother and more enjoyable? Well, today we're giving you the tools to do just that.
Yeah, I'm all in for that. Learning doesn't have to feel like a grind. In fact, it can be fun and really rewarding if you have the right approach. We're going to talk about three simple strategies that are going to help you build better learning habits and see some actual progress no matter what you're trying to learn.
Yep. And the best part is, these aren't just theories or abstract ideas. These are practical tips that we've personally used to stay on track, keep our motivation up, and actually make real progress. You can start applying them today and see the difference.
I love that. We're not just throwing around ideas, we're sharing strategies that work, and honestly, they're simple enough to get started with right away. So, no matter where you're at on your learning journey, you're going to find something helpful in today's episode.
Well said. Whether you're just beginning or already deep into your learning, today's episode will help you keep that momentum going. We're covering everything from building consistent habits to staying focused and even using your imagination to reinforce what you've learned. So let's get started. All right, let's dive into the first tip. Don't stop learning for more than 2 days. It sounds pretty straightforward, right? But trust me, this one simple rule can completely change the game when it comes to maintaining progress.
Oh, for sure. How many times have you started a new routine, got really excited, then life happens? You miss a day, then another day, and suddenly weeks have passed and you're not any closer to where you wanted to be. It's so easy to let that momentum slip away.
Exactly. That's where this rule really comes in handy. Whether you're learning a new language, a musical instrument, or any new skill, it's crucial to stay consistent. You're not going to feel motivated every single day, and that's okay. The key is not letting those off days turn into weeks.
Yeah, because we've all been there, right? You know, you're doing well, you're motivated, but then you miss a day, and then the next day, it feels harder to get back into it. And before you know it, that break turns into a week, and now you're just stuck.
That's right. The rule here is simple. If you miss a day of learning, that's fine. But don't let it go beyond 2 days. This keeps you from falling off track and losing momentum. Even if you're just doing a small amount of work every day, the key is to keep showing up.
Exactly. It's like a safety net. You can take a break, but you can't allow it to drag on too long. If you miss one day, don't stress. Just pick it back up the next day and you're right back on track.
The more consistently you show up, even if it's just for a little bit, the more likely it is that you'll stick with it long term. When you skip multiple days, you break the habit, and that's when progress stalls.
Right. Consistency is what keeps you going. Even small, consistent steps add up over time. It's like a snowball effect. The more you stick to it, the more it becomes a natural part of your routine.
And once you've built that habit, it's much easier to keep the momentum going. So even if you're feeling low energy or unmotivated on day two, just do something small. That keeps you on the path and keeps your brain engaged.
Okay, now on to the next tip, the short and sit still rule. This one's a game changer for improving focus and retaining information. It's all about focusing on small, manageable pieces of material and committing to them completely.
Yep, it's a really simple method, but it's incredibly effective. Instead of trying to tackle a huge chunk of material at once, break it down into smaller, more manageable pieces. Whether it's watching a short video, reading a small chapter, or looking at a brief article, keep it short.
And the key here is that the material should be short enough that it's not overwhelming. For example, if you're learning photography, choose a video that's 5 to 10 minutes long. You get enough to learn something meaningful, but it doesn't drag on for too long.
Exactly. And once you've chosen your short learning material, here's the trick. Commit to it completely. Don't allow yourself to get distracted. No phone checking, no scrolling through social media. Just focus on the task at hand for the full duration.
That's where people often get tripped up. They start something, get bored after a few minutes, and then switch to something else. But when you don't stick with it, you lose out on the details that can really help you learn.
And that's why sitting still is such an important part of this. It's about training your concentration and attention span. If you focus and finish what you started, no matter how small, you'll develop better learning habits.
It's also important to remember this applies to reading too. If you're reading a book or an article, don't just skim through it. Find a small section and read it slowly, absorbing every word. It's all about understanding what you're learning instead of rushing through it.
Yeah, when you slow down and give your full attention to a small chunk of information, you're far more likely to remember it. Quality over quantity always wins in learning. Focus on truly understanding before you move on.
All right, now let's get into the third tip, virtual practice. This one is super powerful because it's all about applying what you've learned by mentally visualizing real life situations.
I love this one. Virtual practice is about imagining yourself in real world scenarios that relate to what you're learning. You practice them mentally before you face them in real life. Think of it like rehearsing before the real performance.
It's like preparing for a real life situation in your mind. For example, if you're learning English, you can imagine yourself traveling abroad and having to ask for directions, book a hotel room, or even order food at a restaurant, all in English.
Exactly. Let's say you're at a hotel and you need to speak to the receptionist. Imagine yourself saying, "Excuse me, where is the reception desk?" And then picture the receptionist pointing you in the right direction. It's all about creating the scenario in your mind.
I love that. By visualizing these situations, you're actually reinforcing what you've learned. It's like giving your brain a dress rehearsal before the real event. So, When you face it in person, you'll feel more confident and prepared.
And the best part is, you can do this anywhere. You don't need to be in the exact situation to practice. You can rehearse during your commute while cooking or even while taking a walk. Mental practice is just as effective as physical practice.
Totally. This works for professional skills too. If you're learning management or leadership, you can imagine situations where you have to make tough decisions or lead a team. The more you mentally rehearse, the more natural it will feel when you're actually in those situations.
Right, it's about preparing yourself for success. By practicing scenarios in your mind, you're reinforcing your knowledge and building your confidence, which helps you react more naturally when it's time to perform.
All right, let's recap the 3 tips for mastering anything. First, never stop learning for more than 2 days. Second, use the short and sit still rule for focused learning. And third, practice virtually by applying your knowledge in real life scenarios.
These tips are proven methods we've used ourselves, and they've worked wonders for us. Whether you're learning something for fun, for personal growth, or for your career, these tips will help you stay consistent, stay focused, and make real progress.
Exactly. So, no matter what you're trying to learn, keep these strategies in mind. Focus on consistency, commit to your learning, and use your imagination to reinforce what you're absorbing.
Thanks for listening to the KEP Knowledge English podcast today. We hope these tips will make your learning journey more enjoyable and successful. Start using them today and watch how much you can improve.
And don't forget to share your experiences with us. Leave us a comment and let us know how you're using these tips in your life. We love hearing from our listeners and learning about your progress.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and stay curious. We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care and keep rocking your learning journey. Goodbye for now.